That's okay. Oh, speaking of comic verse, did happen to see Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yes.
Is it as bad as people keep saying it is?
really
Like,
isn't.
what were your thoughts on it?
The only thing there was two things I did not like. I did not like the design of MODOK. I'm a big fan of those weird villains in Marvel Comics. MODOK is one of those.
Right.
I did not like the design they went with.
Is it really what they've been posting on the internet lately?
Yes.
Like
Really
that
is.
weird.
Yes.
Wow, I thought that
didn't
had to
like
be a troll.
That the CGI was a bit iffy, and I found myself in situations where you have people fighting, but it's just things happening. It was a lot like watching the Transformers movies to me.
I got you.
Lots of stuff going on now.
Lots of noise.
I can't follow. I don't know who the good guys are, who the bad guys are. It's just all hell breaking loose.
Right.
So I didn't like that, but the rest of the movie is really great. Of course, Jonathan Majors steals the show.
Hands down.
Well, 1 to 10, what would you give it?
I would give this one a 7.
7.
It's good. It needed a little bit more time to cook.
Yep.
That CGI was questionable.
Right.
But overall, I can tell that they reshot it because I feel like this was a lot more like Love and Thunder before the reshoots. And the tone was kind of all over the place as a result because they tried to keep this one a little bit more serious than Love and Thunder went. It was like
Which they should have.
Yeah. Love and Thunder starts with a guy losing his daughter, then being told that God doesn't even care about you.
Right.
He kills his God, and it immediately goes into like jokes. And then, oh yeah, Jane Foster's dying of cancer. More jokes. And it was like, yeah, they veered away from that, and I appreciate that. But yeah,
Right.
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, it's a good movie.
I enjoyed it.
Do you think the poor reception of it will hurt the chances of another Ant-Man movie?
No.
No?
Not at all. Not to mention, like, Jonathan Majors, like, if you've seen him lately, he's all jacked. Like, his back will be carrying the next several movies. So,
And I mean, Ant-Man's like, like what I guess a low quality goat to me.
Right. Yeah.
it's like I see people speculating now after this. It's like rumored in season 2 of Moon Knight will go against Kang's Egyptian counterpart Rama Tut. It's like, absolutely not. Moon Knight is okay. Kang would run his fate. Like, yeah. Moon Knight can't do anything with Kang. So nice. I see what you're doing, but Rama Tut, I'm pretty sure they'll be saving that for Fantastic Four. So
Go see Quantumania. Tell us what you think. And also understand that I didn't really like MODOK either, but I did like. I guess I liked the arc. I guess it was somewhat questionable.
Like
but
the narrative around the character, is that what you mean?
no, I can appreciate a good arc, and the arc from like character development. If you look at character development in every scene, it's supposed to be a contrast from beginning to end, and then
Right.
in every act, same contrast, and then in the movie, another contrast. So, you got MODOK. If you know who MODOK is, they go with that, and then they go with, I don't want to spoil it, but I didn't mind it just from that. But yeah, it was a little bit cheesy around the whole how they fucking made him look. They could have done a little bit better. Maybe we should have. Maybe what we should have done? We should have done a fucking Sonic thing. We should have fucking found out what he looked like, and then fucking protested until they fucking fixed his face.
It's still incredible to me how successful that protest was and that they actually fixed Sonic. Like, it still blows me away that, like, the fans got a dub like that. Incredible.
honestly, I would have preferred for them to have done MODOK like a Muppet. Like classic 80s style, foam latex.
Yeah.
Oh,
I still would have taken that over what they gave us.
Okay.
Yeah. I would have preferred that look from MODOK than what they did. Like,
Can you imagine the rest of the movie being badass CGI, and then this fucking puppet dude fucking comes out?
well, considering like
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it
works
can work
incredibly well.
Yeah, sometimes those green screen things can really fucking blow your goddamn mind. But at the same time, like,
It's
I
shock-
can't imagine that because it'd be like a South Park thing. They'd be flying that motherfucker through the set,
Right.
Because they have to keep up with them and shit like that. I mean, it's
like practical when combined with CGI is magical. Pure CGI, over time you'll notice the movie looks flat, and that's just because resolutions for televisions and whatever plays those things changes.
Fair.
It's like when you like look at The Thing, John Carpenter classic. It's like you watch the original Thing, all the stuff that happens in that movie is actually happening. It's actually there. They originally wanted to do that for what was it, 2011 Thing movie that came out, which was like a prequel. And they built actual puppets, and they were like with modern day technology and everything, planning to go all out and enhance with CGI. The studio decided to go the CGI route to make things cleaner, and it made a bad movie as a result. Like you could have had something that would have been comparable had you allowed them to go fully practical.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like with MODOK, you know, the technology, hell, even the dinosaurs in the most recent Jurassic Park movie, for the most part, are still puppeted. So it's like, I don't see why they wouldn't have gone that route. And it's like, I guess they wanted to really include that actor in some kind of way. It's like, did you really know? Did anybody really care enough about Darren?
No, not this time.
I want
no.
to see him return and get a redemption arc. Like,
He was a badass. Don't get me wrong, he was. But I mean, like, I enjoyed the back and forth, and I enjoyed the conflict between the family. I thought that they played that very well, and I thought that it was really cool how, you know, Scott Lang's daughter's grown up to be an absolute dickhead, and it just works. And but yeah, go see it.
How it took the grandmother character so long to explain what the hell's going on when your whole family's in danger of something they don't know about.
I understand.
Character motivations like that
Yeah.
bug me. But I can tell where the reshoots and the rewrites happen. So.
Right.